While the US has been increasing its arms exports, Russia has been ramping up its industrial production. What could this mean? Over the past couple of years, Russia has significantly increased its industrial production, a move that surpassed the expectations of Western defense planners. The country's total defense spending has rocketed to an estimated 7.5% of its GDP. The supply chains have been meticulously redesigned to safeguard key inputs and sidestep sanctions. This massive industrial revolution has not been limited to the redesign of supply chains alone. Factories across Russia, producing ammunition, vehicles, and equipment, are operating round the clock. Often these factories are running on mandatory 12-hour shifts with double overtime. This relentless pace is designed to fuel the Russian war machine for the foreseeable future. As part of this transformation, Russia has been churning out military hardware at an alarming rate. Missiles, drones, combat vehicles, and artillery have seen their production rates skyrocket. This is in line with President Vladimir Putin's directive to ramp up production to ensure the success of the ongoing military operations. The implications of this increased industrial activity are far-reaching. This massive ramping up of industrial production has positioned defense at the heart of Russia's economy. It has resulted in a major shift in the economic landscape of the country. Defense has not just become a crucial part of Russia's economy, it has also become a significant employer. Putin recently stated that over 500,000 new jobs have been created in the military-industrial complex. This sector now employs an estimated 3.5 million Russians, making up 2.5% of the total population. The impacts of this shift are visible in the everyday lives of Russian citizens. Machinists and welders in factories producing war equipment are now earning more than many white-collar managers and lawyers. This is a clear indication of the redistribution of wealth that the increased focus on defense has brought about. This transformation has placed defense at the center of Russia's economy, creating a shift in its economic landscape. So, what has this shift towards defense-focused production meant for Russia's economy and workforce? The impact has been profound. Russia's military-industrial complex has seen a major growth spurt, with a staggering 500,000 new jobs created in the sector. This brings the total workforce involved in the defense industry to an estimated 3.5 million Russians. That's about 2.5% of the entire population of Russia. But it's not just about the number of jobs. This shift has also led to significant changes in the wage structure. Machinists and welders, the backbone of this defense production, are earning more than they ever have. In fact, they're now out-earning many white-collar managers and lawyers. This is a dramatic turnaround, and it's all due to the increased demand for war equipment. The production lines are running around the clock, with workers often pulling mandatory 12-hour shifts, supplemented with double overtime. This industrial revolution has put defense at the center of Russia's economy. It has reshaped supply chains, helped evade sanctions, and kept the factories humming with activity. But it's not just the factories that are benefiting. Vladimir Putin's recent visit to Uralvagonzavod, the country's largest producer of main battle tanks, highlighted the importance of training and education in this new era. The Russian leader promised funding to help train an additional 1,500 qualified employees for the plant. This points to a broader trend in Russia's labor market. As the defense industry grows, it's creating not just jobs, but career paths. It's offering opportunities for advancement and skill development, and it's attracting a new generation of workers. The defense-focused industrial shift has not only reshaped Russia's economy, but also its labor market. But how sustainable is this defense-focused industrial shift for Russia's economy and its war machinery? This is a question that has been on the minds of many. Just recently, President Putin visited Uralvagonzavod, the country's largest producer of main battle tanks. Here, workers proudly declared their commitment to round-the-clock production. Putin, in response, promised funding to train an additional 1,500 qualified employees for the plant. This move underscores Russia's determination to maintain and even increase its defense production capabilities. However, this relentless push towards militarization has not gone unnoticed. European war planners have expressed growing concern about Russia's ability to sustain a long-term war. As Russia's war in Ukraine enters its third year, the country's massive investment in the military is projected to be the largest as a share of GDP since the Soviet Union. Mark Risik, a deputy director in the policy planning department of Estonia's defense ministry, voiced this worry, saying, "We still haven't seen where is Russia's breaking point. Basically 1/3 of their national budget is going on military production and on the war in Ukraine." but we don't know when it will actually impact on society. So it's a little bit challenging to say, when will this stop? The question remains, how long can Russia sustain this level of military production and expenditure? How will it impact the nation's economy and its people in the long term? These are questions that do not have clear answers yet. Russia's aggressive ramping up of its defense industry has certainly given it an edge in the ongoing conflict. However, the long-term sustainability of such a defense-focused industrial shift is yet to be determined. It is a high-stakes gamble, with Russia's economy and the well-being of its citizens in the balance. The sustainability of Russia's war machinery, fueled by its defense-focused industrial shift, is a concern that has the world watching. What does the future hold for the global arms race and the sustainability of Russia's defense-focused economy? It's a question that's been echoing in the halls of power and in the minds of political analysts worldwide. In recent years, we've seen Russia significantly ramp up its production of military hardware to supply its army in Ukraine. This includes everything from missiles to drones, combat vehicles, and artillery. The intensity of this industrial shift is staggering. The production of some equipment has increased more than tenfold, a clear sign of Russia's commitment to its military operations. But this escalation isn't without its challenges. The West has responded with extensive sanctions on the Russian economy, which have added an extra layer of complexity to this arms race. These sanctions are not just symbolic gestures of disapproval, they have real, tangible impacts on Russia's ability to sustain its defense-focused industrial shift. They disrupt supply chains, increase costs, and create economic uncertainty. Yet despite these obstacles, Russia continues to press forward. It's a high-stakes gamble, one that is set against a backdrop of economic pressure and international scrutiny. It's a move that is reshaping Russia's economy, with defense now at its very core. What does this mean for the future? It's hard to say. The global arms race is a complex and dynamic phenomenon, influenced by a myriad of factors. It's a race that isn't just about military might, but also about economic resilience and geopolitical strategy. Some suggest that Russia's defense-focused economy may not be sustainable in the long run, especially in the face of ongoing Western sanctions. Others argue that Russia's increased military production signals a new era of prolonged conflict, one that could redefine the global balance of power. Regardless of the outcome, one thing is clear: the stakes are high and the implications are far-reaching. The future of the global arms race and Russia's defense-focused economy remains uncertain. As the world watches, only time will tell how these dynamics will change the face of global security.